How have you been sleeping? The last couple of weeks, I got to admit to you, it's been a little bit crazy, chaotic. Been traveling some, been kind of out of my rhythm, my circadian rhythm. I'll use a big sleep word there. And now here we are ending the second week in March. And on Saturday, we're going to spring forward. You probably didn't even know that. You've forgotten. We're the whole daylight thing. It's about to shift this week. I love it in the fall when we change the time. We get the extra hour. Now they're taking one back away. This seems like kind of crazy, but here we go. I hope you're ready for it. Welcome to Chasing Greatness, the podcast where we help you win at work, win at home, and now today on Friday, win at life. And today we're talking about what do we do with this extra hour of daylight that we're losing an hour in the morning, we're gaining an extra hour of daylight. What do we do when it rocks into our sleep pattern? I'm going to go on a retreat. I'm actually on a retreat this weekend. I'm going to play golf this afternoon. I'm excited about that. But this is gonna whack me out a little bit when this whole thing just happens. It's gonna spring us forward. So what's going to happen with your sleep? You know, you're literally gonna take an hour of daylight and shift it to the evening, and now you finish your day at, let's say, or your daylight day is going to finish around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock once we get into the summer, even later here in the South. And if you're in Alaska, I'm sorry, you have daylight all the time during parts of your year. I got that. But for some of us, our sleep is really a struggle. And I want to just remind you of some things today. If you want to be a high performance leader, if you want to be a high performance athlete, if you want to be a high performance mom or dad or a high performance human being, a person who is reaching their potential and is really positioned to help other people reach their potential, I think sleep's an underestimated part of your arsenal here to be your very best. And so I want to just share a few things with you. I'm no sleep expert by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, the last week or so has been like, I think my body's getting ready for this. It knows this is coming, but I usually sleep like a baby. I mean, this is, I'm a good sleeper at night. I'm not a napper in the daytime, but I'm really, when it's time to go to bed, I get in the bed, go to sleep, wake up, whole thing. It's great. And you may be a person who really needs to think about your sleep a little more. I don't know where you are on this thing, but for me, one of the things I like to think about is, how do I win the last hour of the day? Now, here's what I can tell you. If I have screens going on in my last hour, a TV screen, a phone screen, a computer screen, it does make it harder to go to sleep quickly. And so maybe for some of you, with this time change, this might be a good chance for you to reset your sleep patterns or your last hour of the day. I'm stating the obvious here, but I want to go ahead and let you know that it's going to get dark an hour later. And so that's going to tempt you to now push your whatever, your binge watching or whatever you got going on after dark. You may eat later. I mean, there's all kinds of things that physically could affect us here if we're not careful with this time change. So what is it that you need to reset? Is it that you need to make sure you stick to I'm not going to get into eating here, but like, I'm going to eat at a certain time and I'm not going to eat after this, even though there's going to be a couple hours of daylight left. I'm still not going to pick 6 o'clock. I'm not going to have any calories after 6 o'clock. And then when it comes time for bed, I'm not going to have any screens after maybe the sun goes down. I know a guy, he talks about a digital sunset, and I like that. Like, when the sun goes down, no more screens for him. I'm not saying that's what you ought to do, but if you're having a hard time sleeping, that might be something you'd consider. Not having screens that last hour before you go to bed. The other thing I would say is, obviously, avoid caffeine, late in the day. You might want to do that if you're drinking coffee or whatever. I would encourage you to do that before noon, or at least before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to happen, and you lay off the coffee after that. But I'm guessing some of us are going to be tempted to go to the Red Bull route or whatever. I'm not an energy drink person, but if you're feeling sluggish on Monday, resist the temptation. You don't need the energy drinks. You need to maybe hydrate more. That might help us sleep more, actually, which is crazy. But there's some things we can do. So think about your place where you sleep. We don't talk about this stuff very much, but I want to kind of get this on the record. Let's think about sleep here for a minute. Where do you sleep? Do you have a comfortable mattress? First of all, you spend a third of your life on that mattress. You can justify having a great mattress. Don't go in debt to go buy a new mattress. That's not what I'm saying, but you gotta have a place that's comfortable where you can sleep uninterrupted. You need a dark place to sleep. I think so many times we have all these lights going on, and the darker it is, the better you will sleep. Research would show. Get you a great pillow. If you can't afford a mattress, at least get a great pillow that you like. I love my pillow. I've got it. It's like this is my one. I had a pillow that I used for, I don't know, too long, and it was. I mean, I'm loyal to my pillow, right? So getting this new one, but I've had it now for a few months, and man, I love this new pillow. It's really great. So do you have a comfortable pillow? One of the things we like to do is, I mean, I'm just kind of parenting here, I feel like, but change your sheets every week. I mean, those clean sheets, nothing better. Getting into a bed with clean sheets. Sleep in a cool room. This is so huge. Don't your room. You don't want it to be too hot. You'll sleep better if it's cool. I like a cold room with lots of covers. I don't know about you, but that's kind of the way I roll here. And you need to think about the temperature in your room. You will sleep better if you can look at that. And then maybe you need to go to bed earlier, not push it an hour later. You might even need to back it up. Maybe you've gotten a habit of, going to bed at a later time than you need to. If you're going to be great, you really want to make sure that you are understanding that your rest is preparing you for the next day. Your next day really begins tonight. And so I don't know if anybody needs to hear any of that or not. I hope you do. I hope you'll think about your life right now. This is a good time to reset as we spring the clock forward. We're going to actually talk about some areas in our life where we need to reset on next week's episodes. We talk about work and home and life. But as it relates to this weekend, we're going to spring forward. We got this whole sleep thing. What are you doing to make sure that you get the best rest you can? Here's what happens when you don't. It shows up. You get more irritated. You get more frustrated. You end up you're ornery, right? I mean, you ever been around somebody that they don't sleep? They're tired all the time. You don't have your best energy in your meetings. There's all kind of things that happen. And if we're not careful and we don't pay attention to our rest, it will not just affect our presence in those meetings, but it really will, it will affect what kind of impact we have there. And as a leader, you know that there are people around you who need to sometimes borrow your strength. If you're tired and you don't have the energy, you don't have the enthusiasm, you don't have your passion, you're not rested and ready to go, people around you are going to suffer, and you are as well. And so I want to encourage you, daylight is going to get extended. Use that extra hour, maybe for exercise, or you can go for a walk in the neighborhood. You can spend some more time with family and friends. I hope in the daylight, we got some people in our family, they love to get outside. We love to play. We're playing Frisbee golf, and I'm going to the golf course. We got all kind of stuff that we love to do, playing in the yard, walking through the neighborhood. Those things are fun, but let's don't let those things, with that extra hour, let's don't let those be the only things that we adjust. We got more time for outside stuff. If we're not careful, we will yield our sleep, and that is not the plan we need here. We're springing forward. So let's make sure that we're doing everything we can to protect our sleep, be well rested, so we can be at our best and help other people benefit as well. So go to sleep earlier, protect it, better sleep. Maybe you need a nap. That might be the most important thing you can do this week is take a nap. If you're tired, don't be afraid to do that. That's really, but a lot of great leaders through the years have made napping a part of their leadership strategy. You may need to do that. But I just want to encourage you. Let's make sure that we're well rested. We're gonna have this extra hour. Let's use it wisely, but let's don't forfeit our sleep along the way. All right, let me know what you think about your sleeping. Tell me what kind of mattress we need, pillows, whatever you got here. Give us some sleep coaching. You can leave those in the comments. Love you. If you have any questions, anything you'd love for us to cover here on these Win It Live Fridays, love to talk about it and share with you what we're thinking. Just give you any kind of insights we can. If you know somebody who's tired, send this to them. They need to be encouraged to sleep more. I'll be back with you next week. We'll be on this new time, so it's gonna be great. I hope you're gonna be alert and ready to go. If you'll apply what we talked about today, I'm confident you will be. All right, love you guys. See you next week.